In yesterday's video, I gave you 3 reasons why it is important for men to learn to love themselves openly. Self-love is not selfishness. And I will keep repeating that until it really anchors within each one of you. Self-love is completely different from narcissism. Self-love is a way to loving another person more deeply. Self-love is the way to happiness. I am Gina Bresini, a mentor and a guardian of love. People who know me and those who work with me call me a beacon of light, of inspiration. I'm here to inspire you and to help you to live inspired life. I am a big supporter of men. I love working with men who are high achievers, who are brave enough to invest their time and their personal resources into getting to know themselves and into developing a more rounded version of themselves. Men who are committed to becoming the best version of who they can be. Men who are willing to embrace all of themselves. Men who are not afraid to be loving, to be sensitive, to be gentle, to be nurturing. And that begins with nurturing yourself. Now, my observations are that men have been somewhat neglected in the world of self-development, soul development, and spiritual growth. Yes, there are a lot of men who are meditating or working with energy, like Tai Chi or Qigong or other forms of energy or martial arts. Meditation and mindfulness has become one of the accepted ways of men taking care of their soul, of their spirit, and of developing their spirituality. The attention on self-development in men has also been geared towards success, towards making more money so you can provide better for your family, for those you love, for yourself, or so you can be more attractive. And there's another branch of self-development which is geared towards relationships. But more often than not, that has the focus of how to pick up a woman, how to get more sex, how to get something. There's very little for men in terms of self-nurturing, self-respect that is not tied up to how much money you make. Or what is your position in society, your work position, how many followers you have if you're an influencer, or how often can you get laid. These are kind of the territories that are okay in the world of self-development for men. But most of the teachings, most of the deeper insights, and especially when it comes to self-care, outside of the gym, right? Eat healthy, take your vitamins, and develop bigger muscles, and that's self-care. Yeah, there's something in it, right? Movement and developing physical strength and all that, but something about the motivation behind that troubles me. Because do men pay attention to developing muscles and going to the gym because of health and well-being and self-care? Or is it more so they can be more attractive to more women and get laid more often? Or is it so they can feel confident and dominant and strong with other men? I don't know what's the answer for that. I'm just kind of questioning. So teachings that are more about self-care, self-love are offered mainly to women. But this creates another challenge, and it's becoming a serious issue. This is the issue of relationships. Because women have become more empowered. Women have become less dependent on men, financially and socially and career-wise. And even emotionally. We observe open relationships, gender selection, polyamory, personal freedom, sexual freedom. And it's all wonderful. But this is what I've been noticing. As women step more firmly into their power, they find it more difficult to find a partner, a man who is equal to them, a man who can meet them at that place of power. I'm also observing a lot of men being more careful. If I make a compliment, if I tell her that I'm attracted to her, will she sue me for harassment? Part of it is women have created that, or the society, right? It's like, oh, you can't make compliment in the workplace. The French say compliments are beautifully said truth. It's the truth about you told in a beautiful way. Compliment in France or in Europe is a way of telling the other person, I appreciate you. I see the beauty in you. I see the divine spark in you. I see your light and I appreciate it. And it feels good to be in your light. Compliment is just a way of appreciating another. Receiving compliment is a way to receive the opinion of other. What if a compliment that comes from another is actually God's opinion of you? And when you push away a compliment, you're pushing away God's opinion of you, or the truth about you. Remember, compliment is a truth that is offered in a beautiful way. One of the ways in which we love ourselves is to receive the compliments of others, to receive how others see us. It's just feedback. And to receive it with neutrality, whether it is something beautiful that somebody saw in us or something that needs to be repaired and upgraded and healed in some way. That's simply feedback. This is how another person sees me. That person holds a mirror so I can see that part of me in that mirror. To that, I bow and I say, thank you. I let that in. So back to relationships and that issue of many women not being able to find equal partner, because now women have higher demands. They have higher awareness of what can work in a relationship between equals. Women that are stepping into their power require more respect. They have learned how to respect themselves, and they expect that respect and that loving and that kindness and that gentleness and that generosity from their partner as well. And if the men haven't updated the files, the relationship is not possible. There is urgency here in having to equalize the forces. Empowered women are longing for empowered men. So there's urgency here to update the files. And this is where I come in. I am a relational alchemist. And my passion is to assist men in turning the lead of the toxic masculine into the gold of the evolved masculine. The toxic masculine is about, what can I take? I've got to take something from you. I have to put you down to make myself feel good about myself, because my self-confidence is nowhere to be found or running low. The gold of the aware masculine, of the truly powerful masculine, the sacred masculine, is in presence. That's one of the ways in which men can embody true power. They embody loving, caring, generosity, simply by learning to be present. Present to his woman, present to themselves, present to the loving, and present to what is in each moment. And they do that in relationship. Now, this is one of my fortes. This is one of my biggest gifts. I have a talent for teaching both men and women how to stay in their power and to meet in their power, and how to be present for each other and for themselves, so they can create a relationship that is harmonious, that is equalized in power, a relationship that is between two powerful forces. One is more masculine and one is more feminine. One is bringing the action and the direction and the planning and the initiative, and the other is bringing the being, the receptiveness. This is only possible when both partners are well balanced. And this is one of the things that I teach, how to be well balanced inside. Your internal power comes from internal balance. And you can only be in your true internal power if you have developed the ability to love yourself. If you have difficulties with this word or with this concept of loving yourself, think of it as knowing yourself. Because we can only love this which we know. So to love yourself is to know yourself. To become familiar with all the different, multiple sides, aspects, parts of you that make you that incredibly rich person. And there is so much to you that there's always something that can surprise you. And there is always something that you discover about yourself. And there's always something that you can allow or invite your partner to discover about you. What a delicious relationship that becomes. Learning to love yourself means to treat yourself with respect, to nurture yourself, to be aware of your needs, to be aware of your desires, to give yourself what is nurturing to you, while at the same time you remain open and generous and giving and loving towards another person or your future partner. How does that sound? Are you willing to step on this path, on this journey? On the way to looking for a partner, you discover yourself. You accept all parts of you, and the parts that you thought of as defective may turn out to be the best parts of you. Just like I thought that being highly sensitive is one of the biggest flaws of my personality. And it turned out that it's one of my biggest gifts. And I'm so deeply grateful for it, because that's what makes me so good at what I do. That what helps me to attune to another in such a profound way that I can see through the bullshit and support the beauty and help to develop the strengths. I am Gina Brezzini, your guide to knowing yourself fully so you can love yourself more. Namaste. Lots of love.